Okay, hey, thank you everybody for joining today on the weekly Jobstickers Job Seeker resource group. I appreciate your time. And today I'm going to be covering cold messaging. I know when you're on a job hunt, it's almost proven that there are hidden ways to find work, find places other than just applying online and hoping hoping people contact you. And I apologize, I'm trying to get my view here corrected. I have it on speaker. So when you're in a job hunt and there's so much information at your fingertips now online, right? You got the LinkedIn's, that the LinkedIn profiles of people that are in the hiring game, that are either recruiting side or hiring manager side. And not only that, there's a ton of just like-minded individuals that you can kind of pick brains and share information and offer value to people. I know that's our theme every week, is essentially just what kind of value can you bring to other people, and that allow you to make connections that are authentic and relevant. And kind of when you live in the same world, it gets you kind of thinking about that space that you work in, even when you're off the clock, just ways to improve and ways to kind of get you ahead in your professional career. So a couple things when you are in the mix of trying to identify hiring managers and trying to make those cold connections, it can be a little daunting, right? Because you want to come off first you want to come off as normal as you can, and not come off as someone who's just needs to find work, right? You're trying to kind of see how you can kind of get into the back door way of getting into a company. So I'm just going to rattle off some actual example cold messages, and feel free, again, after we're done with this, I always post on my YouTube, so you can hop over there and watch this again to take some notes. But so here's an example, right? This is someone who might be a hiring manager, let's just say in a department that you want to work in, or at least at a company that you want to work in within that particular function. You're a supply chain manager, and this is maybe the supply chain director at a company you like. So you'd say, dear, name, I noticed we had a mutual connection, and you could pop the mutual connection's name right there. And she suggested I reach out to you. I'm an aspiring, let's say, supply chain manager who currently works as a supply chain supervisor. Okay. I've always admired, and you insert the company name there, for X, Y, and Z reasons. Here's your chance to kind of wow them with your knowledge of saying, hey, I'm understanding the space we're in, and I understand what your company and what they do and how they are in that particular space. And then you could say something like, I'd love to hear about your experience working there and discuss how you got into the field. Is there a time when we can get a cup of coffee and chat, a virtual cup of coffee and chat? If so, I'm available. And then provide at least 3 dates and time ranges. So, maybe Monday and Tuesday afternoons. Looking forward to hearing from you. Best, name, phone, email. Short and sweet. You're not just asking them for work or asking them for leads or looking at your resume or any of that kind of stuff. This is more of just trying to information gather. You're on a recon mission, trying to figure out, hey, you've had a lot of loyalty at this company. I would love to hear your story and what makes it such a great place to work. I've always really wanted to get inside a company like that, and specifically, in a role like this. So if you can kind of have something that resonates with the person on the other end, I think it's going to be a lot more beneficial, and it'll probably warrant some sort of returned correspondence, you hope. Some other questions to jumpstart the conversation is, how did you come to work here? What do you love most about working here? What type of person was the most successful recent hire and why? Who didn't succeed as a new hire and why? What's the company's biggest challenge this year, and how will this job help overcome it? How will I measure my own performance so I know I'm having a positive impact on this challenge? what additional skills or experience do you wish I had that would make me a better fit for your organization? Now that kind of actually can get into a little bit more of that job seeker ideation. But again, I wanted to list a bunch of these just to kind of see where you're at in the cycle, the hiring cycle, and maybe that one would work for you. But, bear in mind, macro level, keep it easy, and keep it succinct and to the point. Essentially, you're letting them know why you want to get them on the horn or on a Zoom. And that is, again, finding out their story of why they work there or why they've been there for so long or what have you. So, and then now another one I have here is for messaging recruiters. A little bit different of approach. Now, recruiters are excited to get new resumes. They are inundated, yes, with resumes, but again, the 6-7 second eye test that exists, they don't mind spending that time, that 10 seconds, just briefly looking at a resume to see if it's worth looking at farther for potential roles down the road. So recruiter messages, I got a few of these here. Hi, recruiter. And again, you don't say recruiter. Hi, Tara. My name is Matt, and I'm a supply chain manager. If you have a second, I would love the chance to discuss and then list a specific skill, how my skill and experiences might match the job title I've applied for, if you've already applied. Thanks for connecting, and I hope you have a great day. So you say, hi, recruiter. Hi, Tara. My name is Matt. I'm a supply chain manager. If you have a second, I would love the chance to discuss how my logistics management and skills and experiences might match your logistics management role open that I applied for. Thanks for connecting. I hope you have a great day, right? Number 2, hi, Tara. Although we have never met or had the chance to work together, I've heard great things about the company, whatever their name is. I'm sure you are extremely busy, but if there are any job openings around logistics manager, I would love the chance to talk about why I would be a good fit. Thank you and have a great day. Again, short and sweet. These people are very busy, especially these recruiters are constantly on the go. So you got to keep that in mind. Hi, Tara. My name is Matt. I'm a logistics manager. Just looking to connect and share with others in the industry at this time. I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Okay. Now, when they follow up, here's another way you can respond to their follow-up. Say, like, they come back and say, yeah, this is great. Let's continue the conversation forward, that kind of thing. And you would say, oh, great. Thank you, Tara. Thanks for connecting. I see that you work with logistics managers, right? Which I've been professionally working in for 10 years. I'm sure you are extremely busy, but if you have time, I'd love to talk about whether my background would make me a fit for any openings in your office. Thanks. And that's like even a good message for if you're calling into the recruiting firm and trying to find the one person in the office that would match with your background. They place folks similar to what you do. You can actually tell that to the administrative assistant who's answering the phone at the front desk. You can say something like, hey, I'm new in the market. I know you guys are probably busy over there, but I'd love to talk to a recruiter in the office that deals with logistics professionals, right? And see if there's any fits in the openings, any openings I'd be a fit for in your office at the time. And they'll kind of have a protocol in place for you to get to the right person. So keep that in mind too, when you are tracking down recruiters. You definitely want to make it known right away to the admin, hey, this is my role. Can you send me the right person? And then you start that conversation with the recruiter. Now, the final message I was going to say, if they hired a different candidate, not you, and you've already built a little bit of a connection with the recruiter, you could tell the recruiter this. You could follow up with a message saying, hi, recruiter, I'm really happy to hear that you found the right person for the job and that you're promoting from within, or that you don't even say the promoting within if if it's somebody they found somewhere else. So you found the right person for the job. With that in mind, I'd like to stay in touch with you and be proactive and stay on your radar for future opportunities, because I really enjoyed this interview experience with you. And I'd love to become a part of your team someday. It's about how you handle that rejection that's going to make you more memorable, right? Even if they said no, doesn't mean it'll be a no for the next opening that you might match up with. So you want to be in their minds, stay top of mind for once that next role opens. Keep that in mind, that follow-up is just as important as the actual candidate experience you're going through, right? All the communications that you have when there's a specific role that you're fit for. It's also important to kind of not let them hang on the back end. You always want to kind of close the gap, tie the bow, and be done with that little particular part, because you might be coming back with this recruiter for other roles. So keep that in mind. So that is kind of it today. If you guys need these samples, feel free to reach out to me. I have no problem sending these over to you, as well as a template. You can kind of plug and play with them. Also, again, this will be online after the call, so you can go back and just rewatch it. But again, I so appreciate we have a few guests today, so I just appreciate everybody showing up and supporting what I'm doing here. And yeah, I'll be back next week. This was an odd week for me. I'm actually at my mom's right now. We have my dad's funeral this past weekend, so I'm in a weird headspace this week. So I know it's kind of, I seem a little drowned out, I guess. Inside I feel like a little low key this week, but I'm still going to push forward and keep on plugging. And yeah, if you guys need anything too, just feel free to follow up. But otherwise, thank you for coming, and I will see you next Wednesday. Cheers. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'll see you next week too.